welcome back. I've got some bright, kind of almost sunsetty, kind of over the ocean-ish colors. Anyway, that's kind of what it reminded me of. Not exactly, but a little bit. So I'm just going to do a good old flip cup. Just because. Because why not? Right? All these colors have silicone. Not all of them have the same medium, but they are all mixed to my typical custard mix. I will link to that. There should be a link above or in the description bar. Because I don't think the medium matters nearly as much as the consistency of the paint. In my experience, if you have the consistency of the paint right... Ooh, that looked kind of gloopy. That's weird. That was an older one. I wonder, I must not have stirred that one real well. Anyway, the consistency of the paint matters much more than the medium in my experience anyway. It's a super bright color. That is Apricot from Apple Barrel. I've had that for quite a while and I've just never used it because it's like super bright and I'm not necessarily a bright colors person. This I did a while back with the pre-mixed Color Pour, is that the brand? Paint. And the only part I love this part. I got some pictures. I love what it did right here, but overall I was not super impressed. And it crazed. So this was the first one I did. I didn't add any water to it. I did another one where I added some water. You know what? I think I need some more paint in here. I'm going to add another teal because I don't think it's hard to tell. I don't usually use these cups. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, this was the first time I used it. And so I used it straight out of the bottle and it really did craze. And I saw some other people say the same thing. And I know one person in particular said that she added some water. So I tried another one where I added water and it crazed as well. Although, sorry, I'm just adding a little bit of that color to it too, just to make sure we have enough paint. Anyway, I added a little water to it, but not a lot, and it's still crazed. So I'm thinking you must have to add water. Now I did see some pictures of other people who used it and it didn't do that, so maybe I just had more paint on the canvas than they did. I don't know. I'd have to do more experimenting. Oh, these cups are kind of slippery. Okay, give that a minute. Maybe I have more paint in there than I think. Because this looks like a lot of paint now that I'm looking at it. Whoop. That's kind of pretty. Ooh, look at that right there. It's getting a tad bit muddy over there. Let me get my cardboard for the corner. Let's see what happens. Let's go this way first. That last color I added looks like it wants to be the boss. Take over. Well, that's interesting. Ugh, if you've been following along my channel, you know I've been in a bit of a funk. Pouring funk, and I'm not all the way out of it. My last pour I loved, but I don't know. Just in one of those. Maybe I need to try something else for a while and come back to pouring. I don't know. Watch some videos, get inspired. Okay. I'm glad I added some more paint. I don't think I had enough. This is kind of interesting. Not in a pretty way, but interesting. I do like ghosting right in here. I know not everybody does, but I do. I'm just not crazy about the overall painting. I know not everybody I love the way that looks right there. It almost looks like a butterfly. I wonder if I could maybe use some black markers and turn, like, draw around it. Not marker, like paint, acrylic paint markers and turn that into a butterfly or something. I don't know. It almost looks like these are wings, and then there's a head and some legs, but this isn't quite right. And then you have this yellow going off of it. I mean, it almost looks like a fairy or something, but not quite. But maybe with some paint pens or some pastels to kind of play with it a little bit. That might be something I keep around and fiddle with when I'm wanting to do something a little bit different, because it really does. I like the way all these little spots of yellow are kind of popping up on the other side of this. Kind of tells a story, but I think it just needs a little help telling the story. So that's fine. I can wait for it to dry and hang it up somewhere and stare at it for a while and decide what I want to do with it when I'm in the mood to do more pastel kind of work or something. I love doing pastels over acrylic pours. I think it's really a fun way to mess with one if you don't love it. Let's do some close-ups. Okay. So there's that whatever angel, fairy, something. It's not quite right, but it's almost has that, and then that little bits of yellow. Like I said, it needs help telling its story, but I think with a little help, it definitely can. So let me know if you see anything in it. I'm really curious. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until next time, guys, happy pouring.